All right. Good evening. It is about 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you are live in the film room presented by the Game Book in partnership with Super Draft Pro and in partnership with Caesars Entertainment. Tonight's show is strictly focusing, no NFL coverage, none of that. We're going to be strictly focusing on DFS lineups through the Super Draft app, including free lineups that you have access to if you have the Super Draft Pro membership, as well as betting picks that we always hand out for free. And I already know that I was on fire last night. So was Gage. So was Timmy, who we expect to possibly have here on the show at some point. If you guys are just now tuning in with us, hit us with a like and share on Facebook. If you're on Twitter watching us, actually, let me go ahead and bring him in right now. If you're on Twitter watching us, throw us a retweet. Hit us with a favorite. I've actually been blowing up a little bit the tweet today. It's been insane. I'd like to go ahead and welcome in my co-host, Mr. 12 Gage at 24 Gage Oliver 24. I'd like to welcome Slam and Sammy 55. Sam Bone, a.k.a. Sammy Sports Cards, a.k.a. Sammy Sports Guitar, and also Mr. T-Bone. You can follow him on Twitter at Timmy Lee Taylor as well. And so there's three guys in here that have been really active with betting. Of course, Sam doesn't live in a state where it's legalized, but I was talking to him today about the benefits of using the Super Draft Sportsbook app, which is free, and you don't actually bet money, you draft super coins, which is really awesome. And with the Super Draft Pro membership, you get access to exclusive contests where you can win more Super Draft coins. And you can use those coins for real prizes, actual cash, all sorts of stuff. So tonight's show, we're going to talk about DFS through Super Draft first. Then we're going to get into some betting picks that we've been handing out for free, which have been hitting nonstop. So we're actually here to make you guys some money. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, subscribe to us. We can see your comments. If you're on Twitter, we can't see comments. And Facebook as well, we can see comments. Drop us a comment. Let us know what's up. If you have questions too, because this is also going to be a show where I explain a little bit of stuff, Gage has all sorts of questions, and we're going to answer all of them tonight. And like I said, this is presented by the Game Book in partnership with Super Draft Pro and in partnership with Caesars Entertainment. So last night, me, Timmy, and Gage were very, very active all night, obviously taking a break after the loss in Kansas City. And we were very active with our bets, parlays, and these guys have been picking like fire picks. And so they haven't hit every single parlay, but parlays are hard to hit. But we're going to talk about some strategies that can actually help these guys win more money as well as you guys. Anybody that's new to betting, this is where you want to be. This is the kind of shows that we have, and we have this content coming consistently. So first off, I want to talk to Sam here. You got a DFS lineup for us, right?
Yes, sir. I'll go ahead and pull it up. I didn't do a Super 15 this time. I wasn't really liking anything in the Super 15, so I went ahead and just did a normal standard lineup, but it was a $1 one out of 10. So that just a little simple lineup. I want to go ahead and pull it up for you right now. So I'll go ahead and start off from guards to centers. At first, we got Lonzo Ball as the 1.05 multiplier. Not too crazy, but Lonzo's always due to have a great game. Next, we got Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is always around the whole court. He can provide great stats all across the board. Next, we went with a 1.7 multiplier. We got Malik Monk. The Lakers are playing the Nets tonight, so that should be a pretty action-packed game. So everyone on the Lakers bench is going to have to really step up if they want to go ahead and pull off that win tonight. Next, I got Cade Cunningham at the forward. He's just really showing why he's the number one pick. He's pretty much dominating on all sides. Just needs to get his shot down a little bit better, but that'll come with time. Next up, I got Jason Tatum at a 1.15 multiplier. You can never go wrong with Jason Tatum. He's pretty much like Kobe, except a little bit taller, and plays the power forward. And then I love him. Next up, we got Dwight Howard, who, again, going against the Nets, is going to definitely need to be a big part of that offense. I think he's going to provide some really good boards. Also, maybe have a few blocks, really sit down there and play some good D for us. And last, although he is just a one multiplier, we have to go with him whenever he's playing, is the Joker. That dude's just insane. And he's always liable to put up a 40-point, 15-rebound night. Always puts in some blocks, some assists. You can't go wrong.
Well, thank you very much, Sammy. And Sam's had tons of success on just exclusively free lineups, which is incredible. I mean, when you don't have to bet your own money and you're playing with for free, essentially, and you're winning $4 or $5 at a time, or even 25 cents is a win, in my opinion. And I love seeing it. And I mean, I've been winning typically anywhere from $1.50 to I think the most I've won so far is $5, and I finished first in a pool of 10 or something like that. DFS is very tricky because I saw this happen last night with Super Draft. The the standard draft, I'm sorry, the champion mode that I played, you get multipliers for your champion, and the guys I lost to had all the worst players possible, but with extreme multipliers like Forrest. I mean, dude, what the hell? This guy's got a 4.35 multiplier and absolutely whoops me. So I picked a really good lineup, a lineup that would essentially win in most contests. I'm going to go ahead and do a lineup here at some point as well, but I actually want to go ahead and hop off the DFS and hop over to the sports betting before any college action kicks off, and that way you guys can get your picks in. Of course, before we talk about this, we don't encourage or endorse any illegal or underage gambling whatsoever. The guys that are betting here are of age. They're in a state where it's legal. And I'm betting on the Super Draft Sportsbook app where it's completely legal across all 50 states, which is one of the reasons I absolutely love it. Tonight, I'm doing something different. I'm gonna do some NBA stuff as well. But I've been doing a lot of the in-game betting because Timmy's had a lot of success with that, and I actually had a lot of success with it last night as well. I was up 1,200 Super Draft coins, which is pretty solid. Um, but we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about some things that Gage has questions about. But I actually want to go ahead and I want to get some picks that I've got in for tonight. And of course, these are all free. You know, if you hit us with a like and a share, that's awesome. If you hit us with some viewership, that's even better. But of course, this is all free. People have been winning. People actually have taken some of our picks and have applied it and have started winning. I actually got questions about I'm not having luck winning. Well, there's ways that you can win. Of course, it's a 50-50 shot on most things, but there are ways to make smarter bets. And we're going to talk about all that stuff here. So I've got a bunch of different picks here. I picked on the Super Draft app, Super Draft Sportsbook app. You can only pick for round robins, which we're going to talk about. You can only pick 6 picks. You can't pick, 8 to 10 or whatever it is. So I've got the Richmond Spiders +2. The over 160 for the Bama game and the Georgia Bulldogs. Roll Tide, baby. Go Jamie. I've also got the Duke Blue Devils -12.5 against the Clemson Tigers, especially Duke has been on a roll, so I like that pick a lot. The Michigan State Spartans at +5.5 against Illinois, who has been playing pretty good basketball this year, but you guys already know my saying. You can say whatever you want, but Tom Izzo got that freaking team there. I've also got the under 139 for Iona and Siena Saints. And most of these picks are just a hunch. You know what I mean? It's just a hunch. Like I said, I don't research a ton because the more you research, the more you get in your head and the more you make stupid bets and you don't trust your instinct. And as a person like myself, I try to trust my first instinct. Gage says Tom Izzo got that team there. It's that freaking team there, by the way. I've also got the Northern Kentucky Norse +1 against the Wright State Raiders. Those are my college picks for round robins. And I've also got some more as well. And then I'm going to go to Timmy next before Gage asks some questions. But give me one more second. I've got 4. Okay, so I took all those same picks and I applied it to 4-pick round robins and as well as 2-pick round robins, which is going to be pretty exciting. If you guys are just now tuning in with us, hit us with a like and a share. Drop us a comment. If you're on Twitter watching, throw us a retweet, man. I've been a little bit viral on Twitter today, Gage. I've been a little bit of a superstar out there. And, of course, that tweet was all about a member of the security team at Arrowhead Stadium saying about how classy the Bills really were. And I love to hear that because we definitely had a reputation for a long time as being drunk and trashy, and now we're just drunk and classy. So I love it. Bills Mafia, respect. And, and I did – I had to do this real quick. I've actually seen that Chiefs fans of the Chiefs Kingdom have been donating to the Patricia Allen Fund at Oshai Children's Hospital in honor of the 13 seconds, which – of course, you got to throw a subtle dig. It's competition, but nonetheless, donating to a good cause is still something to really applaud, and hats off to them for that. We're not going to talk anything about football coming up in this week neither. But, Timmy, let's go over to you next before I give out some other NBA picks as well as the DFS lineups that I have and of course, answering any questions Gage has. Let's hear what you got for us tonight.
All righty. So far, I like all of your guys' lineups. I have yet to get into the DSF lineups and whatnot, but I think I'm gonna work my way into that. But
of course,
I have a parlay on BetMGM, and it's Siakam rebounds, points, and assists over 47.5. And then I have Miles Bridges rebounds and points over 17.5. And then I have Jokic over 25.5 points. And then I put Van Fleet assist points and rebounds over 31.5, I think, tonight. And then on FanDuel, I have a couple lineups. I put Michigan State money line. I took the Spurs and Rockets. They scored. It was 128-124 the last time they played, but I put it under 233 tonight.
Okay.
I took the Terps because they've got some big wins lately. I think Illinois is still a good team. They're playing them at Illinois, but I think the Terps will win tonight. And then I took the Nuggets money line too.
Okay. I mean, and if you're going to do parlays, it doesn't hurt to take the heavy favorite. Of course, that doesn't guarantee it's going to ever hit. But if you have 4 or 5 teams on a, 4 or 5 leg parlay and you have all those hit, it's going to still pay out fairly well, especially I've always recommended to these guys and anybody else out there, if you're going to do parlays and you really want to win, stick to 3 and 5 teams and put anywhere from $2 to $10, I would say. If you're going to do something like 7 teams, 8 teams, and just throw an easy $1, $2, whatever, will still pay out. And of course, the whole purpose for us with betting is none of us are really here trying to make money or make a living. We're just enjoying the action and getting more into sports because sports bring people together. So thank you, Timmy, for those picks. And by the way, I know you had a good amount of success last night. And Timmy has been typically like 5 of 6, 6 of 7, 4 or 5. And then there's obviously times too that he's been hitting as well. So we're going to talk about ways that you can take when you're hitting 4 or 5. How can you actually turn that into a win? And we're going to talk about that at some point. But first, I want to go over to Gage. Gage has some questions for me. And, of course, I'm going to answer them because I think everybody else out there has similar questions. And that's what we do here in the game because we provide information to help you guys win.
Okay, A-Bomb. How exactly do those round robins work by the first?
Okay, so when you do round robins, typically you're going to have, if you do the max amount, like if you don't duplicate parlays, you pick, like I said, I don't know how it is on the Caesars app or whatever, or BetMGM, but you pick 6, like for me, I picked 6, and then I did a bunch of 2-team parlays, and I have 15 total, so there is some duplicates, but what it does is it takes your picks and it randomizes a bunch of parlays. So if you have 4 of 6 that hit, more than likely, if the parlays were organized well in your favor, you're going to end up winning some money. So instead of having to try and take the odds of a 6-team parlay, you're going to minimize that down to a bunch of 2-team parlays where you have more of a chance at winning. Now, another thing too, Gage, when you go to bet, let's say it says 15 2-pick parlays. When you bet $10, it's going to apply to all 15 of those, which would be 150. So be careful of that. Remember how many parlays it gives you, and bet what you want to bet. Like if you bet 50 and you have 15 or whatever, just bet $3. That way you're only playing 45. It'll do that in options of 2-teamers, 3-teams, 4-teamers, 5-teamers, and 6-teamers, all in various amounts. It varies by sportsbook, obviously. The Super Draft Sportsbook doesn't have the kind of options for betting that you guys have because it's not for real money. And, of course, there's some cooler options to bet with on the Super Draft Sportsbook. Like these guys know I was playing Russian hockey at 11 this morning. I had Chinese basketball going on while I was asleep. Hit 1 or 2 on those. But, Gage, the round robins, like I said, for a guy like Timmy, too, who's hitting 5 or 6, play the round robins. You know what I mean? And keep it so it's – if you want to, play like $50, don't hesitate to throw just $2 per parlay. I mean, like I said, nobody in this group right here is trying to win their rent money. Nobody's trying to pay for a car note. We're all just trying to have some fun and make some coin in the process. And another thing I'll recommend too is if you get up at any point to where you're playing with house money, take out what you have previously in there and play with or even take out more and then play with house money from that point on. And, don't be so conservative and don't bet scared because scared money doesn't make money. And when you make picks, stick with it. If, like I told Timmy last night, if you have a second instinct, but it's a good second instinct and you don't question that, then ride with it. But if your first instinct, just go with it. Because at the end of the day, like I got nothing to lose over here. So I apply that mentality. And that's why I kind of pick randoms. But I also do apply the method of have these teams played each other? What was the previous outcome? Did these teams play the night before? And that does definitely play into a factor. You could also look up injuries as well. That will help. I don't typically do that. I usually stay up to date with everything as is. But it's good to keep up with, like the Jazz somehow almost pulled it out last night. But, no Donovan Mitchell out there, but Jordan Clarkson and other guys were playing pretty well. So sometimes the injuries don't necessarily matter. But just whatever you stick with, just stick with it. You know what I mean? Make a firm choice. Now, another method too. So if Timmy's got a 16 parlay, right? And Timmy saw me do this last night. I had a 4-teamer. And I had the last one was Jackson State to win. So what I did was I took the in-game money line, which didn't pay as good for the other team, but it's still, I put like 600 to win 900. So I ended up overall winning 300, and I only bet 150 before. So I still took home some money because I hedged that last bet, securing myself a guaranteed victory. And even though it might not be as much as you wanted and you have to throw some more to risk it, you're at least going to be guaranteeing yourself. Another good option is, let's say you're on a budget, you got $100 to bet, and you've got 5 picks. Well, you could always still do like a $2 5-team parlay, but another good option is to take $20 and put it on each of those picks straight up. If you hit 3 of 5, you're technically going to go up, even if it's only $20 bucks. I mean, think about it. It's a tank of gas, it's beer money, it's food money, whatever you want it to be. It could be weed money, cigarettes, it doesn't matter. And if you're hitting 5 or 6, then more than likely you're gonna pull home more money. Of course, if you're doing it with the money lines where it's minus 1,100, you're not going to really typically come out with a lot of money. So the best way to do that is if you're picking spreads or over-unders where it's typically a minus 110. And what that means, by the way, is, guys, if you bet $100, you'll win 90, okay, because it's minus 110. That's how it works. Basically, Vegas is taking a tax on you. You know what I mean? Not specifically Las Vegas, but you guys know what I mean. Where it's a $10, whatever. But if it's a plus 110, you bet 100, you win 110 plus your 100 back. So there is a difference there. I think that Timmy should definitely give a try with some round robins, see how it goes. I do like Timmy's method with in-game betting. It's been pretty fun doing that. And I mean, like, you got really good chances at winning too, but sometimes shit just doesn't go in your favor. You just never know. That's why I always say bet at your own risk. If you guys take our picks and you don't win, don't come crying to me tomorrow because I also didn't win neither. So we give these out for free, of course. We have been very accurate. I think that we're about 80% accurate as a group, which is insane. Somebody that considers themselves to be a professional sports bettor with tons of free picks and whatever, they're typically 67 to 72% accurate, which is still very good. I mean, that's passing. But, I mean, we're 80%. I'm shooting 8 of 10 at the free throw line. That's taking home 8 out of 10 picks. That's guaranteeing way more money than somebody with 7 out of 10. So, of course, I think that we're pretty good at this because we all just we converse with each other. We talk about it. And sometimes, Gage is really good with hockey. So I'll go to Gage and talk about that. And then Timmy, I go to him about some NBA. And, college, we just usually pick the crazy team names, and it seems to be working. So, Sam, I know you're thinking about getting into that direction as well. And like I said, I know you're in Florida, but the SuperDraft Sportsbook app is free. You don't play with real money, and especially being a member of SuperDraft Pro, you'll get access to free contests as well as weekly contests where they give you a bankroll or whatever. And, if you come out on top, you win like an extra 30 to 50,000 SuperDraft coins, which is insane. So that's what I do. And I've been enjoying it. It's made everything more fun. It's definitely helping me get over the loss on Sunday, and it's been a lot of fun. So, Gage, I would definitely recommend some round robins, and also too, guys, you can always mix it up. You can throw some college, you can throw some NBA, you can throw hockey, you can throw whatever you want in there. And I know Timmy likes his prop bets, so that's something I've never got a ton into because I always get worried. Like, what if a player gets hurt? Or what if for some reason a player took a bunch of beans and then just comes out, just absolutely firing up shots? You know what I'm saying? But also, too, I want to say this. I just got an update. David Ortiz has been elected to the Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. Congratulations to David Ortiz, who is actually a member of the America's Pastime group that is run by Greg Rawlings and Josh Wright over at We Don't Know Sports. I want to give a quick shout out to Clad Colt on Facebook and Twitch. Facebook's kind of sucked a little bit lately, but he was live on Twitch today, and he'll be live on the Whatnot app around 8:30 p.m., 9:30 or 9 o'clock p.m. for the best and most fire Pokemon breaks, the best deals. And I want to talk to Sam real quick. So big news on the Sammy Sports Cards page. Talk about how you're feeling about that, and tell us what's going on.
Yeah, guys. So we have a lot coming to you. Me and my girlfriend Ashton, who has been helping a lot with all this process and making sure that we're going to have a lot of good success moving forward. We built a desk. We have a nice little setup for you now. I'll go ahead and turn it around and kind of show you guys what we're going to be looking at, but it's just the basics right now. So right now we have
Okay.
this desk right here that has all of our setup, and then I got my Curtis Martin bobblehead, my signed Shaq poster, dunking on Van Axel, the Bucks at the time, and then I got Kobe signed card right there. So this is just a little bit what you'll be able to see, but we got a lot coming. We'll have a light displayed over here, so that way that no shadows are cast when we do cards. And we will also be having a great setup with lighting as well as a new device. We'll be using an iPad instead of a cell phone. So the quality is going to be a lot better, and as well as the sound and everything else. We have a lot of boxes coming too. The fleet will consist of all basketball and baseball, not much baseball. Football is very hard to come by, guys, right now. But I do promise you in the future, which is very soon, we will be having a lot of football. Panini is dropping a lot of football products right around the Super Bowl and after. So as soon as I'm able to get that, you better believe we're going to have plenty of it. But coming our way for the breaks, we have 2 Flux Mega Boxes. We have 9 Mosaic Cello Packs for basketball as well. And we also have 3 Blaster basketball boxes of Mosaic. So a little bit better chance of pulling some better number cards and autographs out of that. And the Genesis, that's what we're chasing, which is a super ultra rare card. And last but not least, we have 3 Absolute Baseball Blaster boxes I was able to scoop up, which sold out almost instantly. And as always, they are going to be coming out with autographs, 1 per box. So that's going to be something you're going to want to watch moving forward. We're going to have a lot of great cards opening out of all these boxes coming up soon. And we will be updating you the moment that we get all of them.
Talk about passing 200 likes today. How does that feel?
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, the fact that we haven't had the page out for longer than I think maybe 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks. So for 200 likes, that's an amazing achievement. I'm very proud of what we do. I was telling these guys earlier, they are the glue. If it wasn't for these guys, this wouldn't be possible. It comes down to just putting in the dedication, hard work, and we continue to do that and always will, bringing it forward. Just want to make you guys proud, but also treat the people. We don't do this for money. We do it all for entertainment. We just love making people feel good and want them to get cards just like how we get.
And of course, guys, we appreciate all of the support on all of the pages on Twitter, on Facebook, of course, for the Gamebook NFL, Bills News, and DFS and Sports Betting page, as well as the Gamebook Sammy Sports Cards. All the support on YouTube as well. You guys are awesome. And Sam said that we're the glue, but in a sense, I think a lot of you guys out there watching are the glue, and that's all we're here to do is bring great content, great shows, and it's 4 of us having absolute fun, and that's exactly what I love doing. Gage, I want to get some hockey picks from you, and then I'm going to go ahead and give my DFS, as well as I'm going to pick a parlay where I'm going to get a pick from each of these guys. I'm going to get 1 hockey from Gage. I'm going to get some NBA from Sam and Timmy, and I'm also going to pick 2 over-unders as well. And I'm going to run a nice 5-teamer and see what happens tonight. And I already got, like I said, I got all my round robins in tonight, so I'm all set with that. And then I'll obviously go over my DFS lineup that I have entered into a free lineup tonight, so I'm very excited about. I liked it. I looked at it this morning. Gage, what do you got going on for us tonight for your picks?
Hold on. Let me log in. I closed it, and then I didn't know you were going to throw it back to me.
Well, we need picks from you, bro. You're the hockey expert over here. Hey, Sam.
All right.
Let me get your picks right now while we wait for Gage. I'll give you 2 options here. Clippers +5 or Wizards -5, or Denver Nuggets -7 or Detroit Pistons +7.
Oh, I love the Pistons at +7, especially with how the Pistons play. They're a very young team, so they like to shoot a lot, but they also like to take some risky drives to the basket, and that could be a big make or break. Yep.
Okay.
Risky doodles.
Timmy, what do you think, bro? Charlotte Hornets -1 or Raptors +1?
I think, like you said, bro, I picked the Raptors in a parlay. I didn't mention that. And I have Tyrese Maxey and Marquise Smart and Marquise Smart in a parlay too.
Hollywood Smart.
Marky.
I think Marcus Smart coming back, I put him in rebounds and points over, I think 16.5. So I think that's capable. But no, I like the Raptors because it's at home. Van Vliet and Siakam's been playing out of this mind. He's been averaging, I think, like 24 a game. So I like the Raptors.
I think that I'm going to run with under 211.5 for the Pelicans and 76ers. I think that, I'm going to go over on it because I think it started at 213 I think it started at 213. It's at 211.5. So I'm going to go the opposite way of everybody else. I saw it last night. Somebody got fouled and hit one free throw, and that ended up pushing it over by a point, which is insane. I'm also going to go ahead and run with, I'm honestly thinking I like the over for the Kings and the Celtics at 218.5 as well. Gage, give me a pick for ice hockey, and then we'll get your picks.
Okay. I am liking Pittsburgh Penguins -2.5 over the Arizona Coyotes.
Yikes. I'm surprised it only pays plus 107. That's insane. Usually the puck line pays way better than that, especially 2.5. You got to win by 3. Gage likes it. I'm going to run with it. And you know what, too? I'm going to throw one hockey in there myself. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Sabres and Ottawa Senators over 6.5 goals. I'm going to guess maybe like a 5-3 finish. Rival teams, not really great defense from the Sabres, and they've been a little bit, inconsistent, but they can definitely come out and put up 3 or 4 goals, and I don't expect them to win that game. So therefore, I like the over at 6.5. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in on a parlay. It's a 6-legger. I'm only going to throw 100 super draft coins on it. You know what? Actually, fuck it. Let's go 150 to win 8,100 super draft coins. And of course, that is my 16 parlay that I got here live. Choices are not active. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe for some reason, maybe that's telling me a little message here that maybe I shouldn't run with that.
Sounds pretty self-explanatory. Maybe the game started. Did anything start already?
Everything starts at 7.
Well then, sir, I have no idea.
Okay, let's try this again. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, that's weird, and Super Draft's not going to allow me to do it. It is what it is. I'll try to get that in at 7 or closer to 7. Gage, let's go back to you for some hockey picks. What do you got for us tonight?
Okay. Tonight, I got the Dallas Stars and the New Jersey Devils over 5.5. I don't know why I did this one. When I just gave it to you, I got the Coyotes and Penguins under 6.
That can happen. They could finish 3-0. Could be 4-1. Can happen.
True. I got the Vegas Golden Knights covering plus 1.5 against the Carolina Hurricanes. What the fuck is that?
Holy shit.
It's yay.
Whoa.
That's not yay. It's Curtis Martin, boy.
Oh, Curtis Martin. Wow, that's fucking scary.
That was definitely, that one got me stuck.
Jesus.
Okay, continue, Gage.
Okay, I don't know if everyone heard my last one, but I got the Knights covering against the Carolina Hurricanes plus 1.5. I got the Ottawa Senators money line over the Buffalo Sabres. I got the Flyers.
Team.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
I got the Philadelphia Flyers cover.
No Jack Eichel, no problem.
Yeah, I got the Flyers covering. Oh, plus 1.5 against the New York Islanders. I got the Florida Panthers and Winnipeg Jets going over 6. I've got the Nashville Predators and Seattle Kraken over 5.5.
Okay, Gage, appreciate it. I'm going to switch over back to the Super Draft app. Of course, this is presented by the Game Book in partnership with Super Draft Pro and in partnership with Caesars Entertainment. I've got for my DFS lineup tonight, and for some reason it won't let me look at the multipliers, which is kind of sucks. But I've got Anthony Edwards, Gary Trent Jr., Tim Hardaway Jr., Marvin Bagley III. Is it Miles Bridges, Carmelo Anthony, and Enes Kanter? I actually did something that happened to me last night. I took some of the better multipliers, and that's the kind of direction I'm running with. I've got now. It's another cool thing. Super Drafts daily fantasy app just added an option to where you can play with your Super Draft coins rather than having to play with money. But then you can win more coins, obviously. And then I'm in a free lineup where there's $100 worth of prizes. There's 330 total entries. I see myself finishing in the top 20 for some reason, so I like that. I really want to know what the hell is up with the Super Draft Pro app. Like, why can't I make these bets? Let me see if I can do this again. Okay, I guess it's just the Charlotte game. I don't even think that started.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I don't even think it started. That's weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I've got a 4-teamer instead because I had to knock off a couple picks, but all good. Of course, those picks are provided here for free on the game book. And for everybody watching on Twitter, I appreciate all the support, especially with my tweet going absolutely viral today. Awesome stuff. And I'm happy that I could have these guys on here. Timmy or Gage or Sam, does anybody have any questions regarding anything betting wise?
Just
Think
bet
you
responsible.
got it pretty down pat.
Like you said.
Oh, of course,
Okay.
bet responsibly, of course.
Yeah. And you know what, too? Sometimes on Twitter, like when we go with some in-game bets, we'll post it. We'll keep you guys updated, of course, if you guys are interested in that. All these picks are obviously for free. You just have to be somewhere where you're able to bet or, like I said, on the Super Draft app, whatever. Exciting stuff. The action will be underway here very soon. Alabama men's basketball is now officially underway against the Georgia Bulldogs, and I really liked Bama minus 14.5. And I also liked the over, which was like 160 points. But awesome stuff. Of course, we talked with Sam about the exciting stuff coming up for his page. We talked about Clad Colt on the Whatnot app tonight at about 8:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for some insane breaks. He gives out the best deals, too. He makes sure that everybody that shows support in there absolutely wins. And by the way, my Tre'Davious White card that's autographed is right there. That son of a bitch will be getting graded and will never leave my sight. I'm very, very thankful for that. Of course, God first, guys. God bless. And I'd like to thank all my co-hosts, 12 Gauge at 24 Gauge, Oliver 24, T-Bone at Timmy Lee Taylor, and of course, Sam Bone at Slammin' Sammy 55, a.k.a. Lawrence and Wally. And what did you name me?
Bucky.
Okay, that's fitting. Very, very good. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Of course, that's going to do it for us tonight. Quick show, free picks, all that stuff. Get your guys' bets in, get your DFS lineups in, and good luck to you all. Hope you all win some money. Let us know. If you take some of our picks and you win, send us a picture. Show us, man. We'll show that shit off. All right, guys. Again, follow us here at the Game Book, which is your premium source for sports news, Buffalo Bills and Baltimore Ravens coverage, DFS, and sports betting picks, various trading card breaks, and much, much more, man. Thank you again, guys. Keep your notifications turned on so you never miss any of our shows.